Hey guys, it's me Simo Urohara. In this time, we'll talk about Zero Squad, but a particular topic. Difference between Zero Squad and GOTY 13, and why I see Zero Squad more dangerous than the GOTY 13, and a lot of other things, guys. We'll talk about them in this video. So, for a long time, this squad was considered one of the greatest secrets in Bleach. And this kind of secret, every fan hoped Kubo would eventually reveal. In fact, the very existence of Squad Zero was seen as a major sign that Kubo still had a lot more in the store for the story after the Arrancar arc ended. Because some people believed that Bleach should have ended with the conclusion of the Arrancar arc. And honestly, that's just nonsense. Personally, I really liked how the Arrancar arc ended when I saw it for the first time. It felt like a fitting ending if the story had already revealed all of its secrets and everything Kubo wanted to express. What made me admire that ending was how Kubo mirrored the beginning of the story with its end. I'm speaking about the end of the Arrancar arc, because Ichigo at the start saw himself as just a normal being, a normal human with no powers except the power of seeing ghosts. And by the end of the Arrancar arc, he returned to be a human again, with no Shinigami powers, not even the ability to see souls. And even the way Kubo brought back Ichigo's friends, Tatsuki, Mizero and Kigo, felt like a full circle. All these elements made me see the end of the Arrancar arc as Bleach's beginning, but with a sense of closure.
But as we said, guys, the story was heavy with secrets waiting to be revealed.
And the biggest one was Squad Zero. It's worth mentioning that Kubo had already stated that Squad Zero was planned from the very beginning. He had designed their characters and personalities long ago. And actually you can feel that in how he put some hints about them in the early chapters, whether through Rukia's words or when he revealed that Ichibi was the one who prevented Old Man Zangetsu from saying his real name by using ink. Plus, there were hints about Zero Squad in the flashback of Kizuki through Kyoraku's words. All of that led us fans to build shared expectations about this mysterious squad, imagining they would be highly charismatic characters, incredibly powerful and protectors of the Soul King. But we must remember, before the Quincy arc, guys, was released, we knew nothing about the Soul King's nature, nothing about the Royal Palace or who lived in it. Everything related to the Soul King was shrouded in mystery. In contrast, we already knew a lot about the GOTY 13, but once the chapters of Thousand Year Blood War arc started coming out, Kubo dropped massive information about Squad Zero. They made their official appearance in chapter 516, and we learned how many members they had. And Kubo there presented us with his true vision of what Squad Zero is, and what their real purpose is, far beyond what we fans had speculated based on few crumbs previously given. And not only that, guys, even the GOTY 13 itself, Kubo changed some of the misconceptions we had about them. And this new information, guys, led me to see Squad Zero as a more dangerous and even more sinister than the GOTY 13. That is why, guys, let's start with the GOTY 13. So what we know, guys, about the GOTY 13, that they live in the Seiriji. And historically, they are not as ancient as the Soul Society itself. The GOTY 13 was established only 1,000 years ago. And Yamamoto Genryusai is considered its founder. And their duties can be summarized in two main points. The first one, maintaining the balance of the spiritual world, which mainly takes place in the human world. And this involves guiding good souls to the Soul Society through counsel, and fighting evil spirits, hollows, to purify them. And secondly, and I think this is the most important point, protecting the Seiriji, which is, as we said, the main mission of the GOTY 13. Of course, the one leading this force was Yamamoto Genryusai. While some of their policies may have evolved over time, the GOTY's core principles remain the same: protect the Seiriji, guide human souls, and purify hollows. And for its structure, the GOTY 13 started with 13 captains, and each captain laid the foundations of their squad, like Unohana did with the 11th squad. And so it became what we know today, with each division having its own symbol. often represented by a unique flower with a specific meaning tied to that squad. So overall guys, the Grid 13 was founded only 1000 years ago, and its purpose was to guard Serechi and maintain balance across realms. But Squad Zero, the Royal Guard, now that's a completely different story in terms of leadership, history, structure, and their entire reason for existing. As we know, Squad Zero has a direct connection to the Soul King, Ryu, who is supposed to be the actual ruler of the Shinigamis. For example, when you hear Squad Zero or Royal Guard, you might imagine a Royal Guard appointed directly by the Soul King himself or his advisors or something similar. But that's not how things actually work in Squad Zero. For instance, the leader of Squad Zero is Ichibi Usubi, and this person has been with the Soul King since the very beginning, since the old world. Of course, we don't know exactly what their relationship was, or if they knew each other personally, but Ichibi appeared at the same time as the Soul King and was present during the tragedies that befell the Soul King, from his sealing and the cutting off of his limbs. He even appeared in that flashback scene, carrying the Soul King in his arms. Therefore guys, the head of Squad Zero, despite the justifications offered, such as the Soul King showing no resistance or it being the Soul King's will, ultimately, Ichibi accepted what happened to the Soul King, the will of the ancestors, the noble families. In fact, guys, Ichibi openly said to Nimaiya in the novel that they had a good relationship with Tsunoyashiro's ancestor whom Ichibi himself considered the true mastermind behind everything that happened to the Soul King. And more than that, guys, there is no clear information about what exactly happened after the Soul King was sealed. Was he kept inside the Soul Society, specifically the Serechi, and then transferred to the Royal Palace in a separate dimensions, or was he in a separate place from the start? What I tend to believe is that the ancestors of the noble families were in the Royal Palace with Ichibi, and that Ichibi was tasked with protecting the Soul King. And when we say protecting the Soul King, we mean protecting the new order they established. This is the main difference or issue. In my view, between Ichibi and Yamamoto, guys, Ichibi has been a witness to everything from the beginning, and his mission was to guard the noble's puppet. Meanwhile, Yamamoto served a completely different purpose, because Yamamoto was not part of the conspiracy to seal the Soul King. He was simply a powerful Shinigami who believed that order must be imposed by force to protect the Soul Society and maintain balance between worlds. So the difference between Ichibi and Yamamoto, guys, in my opinion, is a difference in intention and loyalty. Therefore, guys, the ideas and philosophy for which Ichibi exists can be considered the foundation of Squad Zero, the basis on which new members were recruited. We don't know if Ichibi had 4 other members with him initially, or if he started alone and after a while Nimaiya and the other joined. But I think Ichibi started alone. We know that Squad Zero members have a form of immortality due to the Oken inside their bones. So I believe Squad Zero initially consisted of 1 person, Ichibi, then 2 until it reached 5, which is the maximum number Kubo mentioned. But one thing that honestly surprised me, guys, is that Kubo made inventions of requirement for promotion. And if you look deeper, guys, you will find this is a way for Squad Zero and the nobles to tighten their grip on the Gojo 13 and everything related to its power. It's enough to know that the Shinigami's weapon, the Zanpakuto, is an invention unique to Nimaiya, and that Ichibi knows all the Zanpakuto names. Even the official Shinigami uniform was created by Shinjimaru. Therefore, guys, as we said, these inventions put the Gojo 13 effectively in Squad Zero's hands, giving them clear superiority over the captains, no matter how powerful, because they control the keys to their weapons. Another thing, guys, I found by chance is that Kubo gave Squad Zero their own flower. As I mentioned before, each squad has its own flower. For example, the flower of Squad 3 is the marigold, symbolizing despair. And the Zero Squad's flower, guys, is the winter daphne. When I looked up at the symbolism of this flower, I found that among the things it represents are eternal youth, beautiful memories, and interestingly guys, in some contexts it symbolizes deceptive beauty or danger that seem innocent. And these traits guys truly apply to Squad Zero. They enjoy a sort of eternal youth due to the Oaken within them, which gives them a kind of immortality, and the beautiful memories can symbolize the members who used to be in society and later become members of the Royal Palace, away from the life they had in the Goji 13, like Kirinji or Hikofuni. And the deceptive beauty or danger that seems innocent can only be linked to Ichibi Usi, and Kyoraku described him as a deceitful person. And as we discussed before guys, Ichibi remains one of the most deceptive characters with many suspicious aspects surrounding him. For all of these guys, although Squad Zero and the Goji 13 share the same ultimate goal, protecting the current system, their intentions differ. Squad Zero, led by Ichibi, seems more dangerous and evil, for me at least, represented by deception that shrouds their history. So guys, what do you think about the difference between Squad Zero and the Goji 13? Tell me guys your opinions in the comments and see you in my next video.